स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथाजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So I welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So in the first canto, 5th chapter, we will be discussing today. So sloka number 17 and 18. So these two slokas we try to finish. Will. So I hope you all of you prepared for the last class from the last class. So that because it's a conversation, definitely we need the recalling of the previous sloka, the context. What is there in that verse that has to be remembered. Then we can easily go further. So okay. In the last class, we were discussing Vichaksh, and also one more thing. We have something pending part also is there. Is there second explanation of the 16th text 16, verse 16 also is there. Vichakshano विचक्षणोऽस्यार्हति वेदितुं विभोर् अनन्तपारस्य निवृत्तितः सुखं प्रवर्तमानस्य गुणैरनात्मनस्ततो भवान् दर्शय चेष्टितं विभो. Okay, I will be asking a few questions. Quickly, please reply. So whoever is knowing the answer, please raise the hand and then I will call. So Jugupsitam, Narada is saying, so it is condemned. So what is condemned actually? That means it is condemned. What is condemned actually here? Okay, one. Others? Others also, I request all of you to be active and participate in this. Not that the only few students. You are all regularly coming. All are you intelligent and you have any problem to answer? Or you don't know? Please switch on your cameras.
The question.
Turn on your cameras, everyone. What is this Agnatavasam? Yeah, please. So what I am asking, so it is condemned actually. What is condemned? Narada Muni is saying it is condemned in the Jugupsitam. So, yes, Sonia Mataji, tell me.
Prabhuji, in this slok, Jugupsitam is Vyasdev. Vyasdev has written the Mahabharata, and the Mahabharata is for Dharma, Artha and Kama. So he has written with the intent of glorifying bhakti, but he wrote Dharma Artha Kama because already the people are lusty by nature. So they at least will get inclined to get faith in the Shastra. With that intention, he described the Dharma or Kama, but his intention was to take the bhakti. So that is why it is Jugupsitam. That actually he wrote for good intent, but he did upkar, but apkar happened.
What kind of apkara?
Because people took it as material dharma as their dharma of living life.
Material dharma as
their life and soul.
Yeah. So before to this sloka, that means Jugupsitam. So we can hear, that means what Narada Muni is saying, that you please describe Lord's pastimes. If you don't do that, then people will be restless. That means their mind will be restless. They will not be fixed at one place. Because if anyone go through the karma and jnana and so and so, that will make the avyavasayatmika buddhi. That means their buddhi will be diverted into many branches. They will be restless. So then Vasudev is saying, yes. So I accept and I describe. That's why in the Mahabharata, the past tense of the Lord only. But along with that, I also describe Dharma Artha Kama, Gramya Katha. In the beginning, why in the beginning he described this? So Gramya Katha means other than the Krishna Katha, is everything is Gramya Katha. Like the like many stories are there which are describing how a perfect man or woman or otherwise father, mother, Brahmana. So to describe their dharma, many stories he said. That is a Gramya Katha. That means it is on the bodily platform. Why he said these kathas? Avijayanti Mataji, tell me.
Prabhu, I think from what you told me, he was speaking about Dehatma Buddhi and Karma Kanda instead of glorifying the Lord. So Vyasadeva said that is the reason for your not being happy.
Okay. It's okay. But I am asking why Gramya Katha is described in the Mahabharata.
Oh, that is for the less intelligent people, women and Shudras to understand, come to the path.
Come to the, actually, yes, Archana Bhakti Mataji. Why he described Gramya Katha?
People in general, because people are lusty, they're only interested in material pleasures. And if he didn't offer material pleasures, they wouldn't come to the scriptures. So somehow or other he wanted to bring them to the scriptures. Yes. Therefore he gave this dharma.
Yes, and that is the point. Yeah. They should get this shraddha, that means faith in the scriptures. And that's why scriptures are describing how to enjoy material things systematically, that means in the regulated way. So that they will be getting the, first of all, so shraddha in the faith in the scriptures, they will come to the scriptures. Then in that he is giving, so Krishna Bhakti, he is glorifying Krishna in that. So whatever he is did is fine. Vasudev did fine. But the drawback is there. What is the drawback? Yeah. Radhika Mataji, boliye. Tell.
Because they were not going to get into Sarvadharma and Parityagnya. They just started enjoying and doing sense gratification by doing prescribed duties, and they never turned back towards bhakti. Sarvadharma and Parityagnya was not imbibed by them, or they did not have that mood of surrender.
Why?
because they were totally gratitude. They were they occupied themselves in sense gratification. They did not look back and say bhakti was not attractive to them. They thought this was dharma for them, and they completely got entangled in the process of karma.
Still something is missing. So you want to tell? Okay.
Yeah. So something gap is there, Prabhuji?
Yes, gap is there. You jumped already one step. Okay, so
I'll try, Prabhuji. So the kind of prescription of material duties in the name of Varnashrama without bhakti.
No,
no, Prabhuji.
They are fixed actually in their dharma because
they were worshipping demigods, worshipping speaking.
No.
Okay.
Shampriya Mataji, tell me.
Pranam, Prabhu.
Come to the exact point.
Yes. Whatever I understood, they think that Sarva Dharman Paritaja is not meant for it, because they think that whoever is not engaged in the pravritti marg, that is doing dharma
come
and
to
earning.
this side. You are going. Why they are following the dharma only? That means material dharma, dharma artha kama.
Because they think that the materialistic people are thinking that the Vyasdev, who is such a great personality, is recommending this Varnashram dharma. So they, on the strength of the statement, they got fixed in it, and they are not going for this Sarva Dharman, because they think that it's meant for those who are
wait.
Who are not capable.
Enough actually. I want this answer only. So the point is yad vakyataha dharma. That means yad vakyataha. That means, hey, Narada Muni is saying, so it's your statement. You are Vyasadeva and you are a great personality. So you are recommending this material dharma as material thing as a dharma. So that's why they think that, oh, Vyasadeva told to us and we should follow this. And they are fixed in this. You're understanding, Mataji? So this is the point you have to catch. So they are now like this. Oh, Vyasadeva told to us. So to do the material sense gratification. So we are doing. And same as they said the Sarvadharman Parityaja also in the Mahabharata. So because then how they are taking? So they are having by nature they are having the taste for following the material dharma. So and also now Vasudev is also giving, this is a dharma for you, you should do this. So like that he is saying, then oh nice, and happily they are taking that. But they are not coming the next point. So, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Why they are not coming? So, what is the reason? The reason is, yes, Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Because they think this Sarva Dharman Parityaja is meant for the Nivritti Marga people, those who are not eligible for Pravritti Marga, those are not qualified, those who are for Grihastha life, those who are not capable and important.
Important means Pangavadaya. So what Acharyas are saying, some other Acharyas, not from the who are accepting Bhakti. So other Acharyas like Bhatta and so what they are saying? They are saying that so only Pangavadaya means who are lame, are impotent and not fit for the Grihastha ashram. So those people are going just for that, and they are earning their livelihood through that by begging. So, and for them that is Sarvadharman Parityaja. Because they are seeing that is also leaving the dharma and going for the begging and so doing some activity as the activity of livelihood only. So as the activity which earns the livelihood, like that only they have started seeing. So like that they are interpreting, and then finally, pura gadi bait gaya. I mean, completely the society in the down. So in the down means it will be like that. But actually you should understand it didn't happen. Because after writing Mahabharata, immediately he was having the despondency, and then Bhāgavatam also is given. So you should understand this. So the point is, this whole Leela is happening because to make you to understand that so material dharma is not the final goal of the life. It's not the Purushartha, final Purushartha. So Bhakti is the final Purushartha. So to demonstrate that, so practically, so by the despondency of the Vasudev, this whole thing will be taught to the whole society. That is the Leela happening actually. Of course, Vasudev is a incarnation of the Lord, and he cannot get this kind of ignorance. It's only the just Leela sake it is happening. We already discussed this in the previous chapter. So so the next thing is then, so that's why this is Mahan Vetikrama. Jugupsita means is what is that a heinous thing? So happened here. So he did the who are naturally interested for the material things, for them he gave, so enjoying the material things, are doing the material dharma and earning the livelihood from that artha and gratifying the senses. This is given as a purushartha, that means goal of the life. And by this, so that great injustice happened for the people in general. So then that's why, so what next Narada Muni is saying. So now that's why, my dear Vasdev, what you have to do? Next sloka is coming like that. Vichakshanosyarhati veditum vibhor anantaparasya nivrittitah sukham pravartamanasya gunairanatmanas tato bhavan darshaya chestitam vibho. That's why tata bhavan darshaya means, oh my dear Vasdev, so that's why you describe now the how you should describe. You should describe by discouraging the karma and encouraging the only what? Bhakti. Such a way you should describe the past tense of the Lord. You do this thing now. So then people will understand. So this is the thing he said. Okay, this is general general meaning I said. The second meaning also is there. Now come back once again. Come back once again means, so yes, what Narada Muni said, you did that means great injustice for the common people. So then after that, Vasudev is raising a question actually. You have to go like that. From there, you should go back once again. So Vasudev is putting a, so Purva Paksha now, his dialogue is coming. For the second explanation, so I'm going with the second explanation. So that is beginning with the question from the Vasudev. Okay, you're understanding? In the first explanation, there is no Vasudev's dialogue. In the second explanation, there is a dialogue from the Vasudev. You should understand this. So what is the Vasudeva point? So nanu yadi nivaranam janaho namanyate tarhi adunapi tad upadeshena napyarabdena tatta sarvamati nivartaka bhakti matra pravartakatvena shastrena alam. Vasudeva is very sharply he is saying what Narada Muni said till now in the Jugupsitam sloka. In the Jugupsitam sloka, Narada Muni is saying that, so if people are taking, so that means thing, whatever you describe material dharma, so that has the final goal of their life, and they are not accepting the bhakti, whatever you described there. Nani varanam, that means sarva dharman parityajya, and such and explanations, whatever he gave in the Mahabharata and also in other Puranas, so that they are not taking, because they are now sticking to themselves to following the material dharma as it is the statement of the Vasudev. That's why they are following that. Okay, this is the thing Narada Muni said. Then Vasudev is very sharply putting here argument. He is saying, even if I describe exclusively bhakti now, for suppose, okay, so that means I gave Gramya Katha and bhakti. Now let us take, I will give only bhakti. Then, so like when I gave Gramya Katha and bhakti, at that time people are not getting the understanding of that bhakti and not coming to the bhakti. Even if I describe exclusively bhakti, which is that means so exclusive bhakti, tatta sarvamata nivartaka bhakti matra pravartakatvena shastrena. So that means that there I will describe the other dharmas, other sadhanas, that means karma and jnana, and exclusively bhakti only I will define. And such a shastra, even if I give, who will take? Because in the Mahabharata also I gave bhakti. That means in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. And in the Bhagavad Gita, bhakti is not there. Bhakti is there in the 7 to 6 chapters, middle 6 chapters. And if nobody is taking that, even if I give exclusively bhakti, who is going to take? Nobody will take. And you only said, na. So when I give bhakti in Mahabharata, that is not taken by them. So now, even if I do exclusively bhakti, that is also they will not take. That also they will not take. Is right argument, na, actually, from Vasudev. So very good, actually. Good argument he gave us. Then Narada Muni is saying, as a reply, this sloka, he is replying through this sloka. So that means you are seeing the once again meaning of the total sloka. So okay, let's go now like this. This is the background for this sloka. That means which sloka means what? Which sloka? So Vichakshanos Charahati, 16 sloka. He's saying like this. Oh my dear Vasudev, you should not, no, that is not going to happen. Narada Muni is disagreeing with that, with the Vasudev's argument. No, not like that. Evam means not like that. Maivam, nahi asmin jagati sarvayev avivekinaha vivekinopi santi ityaha vichakshana iti. Hey, in this whole world, all are not foolish. Intelligent people are there. If you describe bhakti exclusively by discouraging the others, intelligent people will take. Vibhoho, that is the answer actually. Vichakshanaha, vivekinaha. Vichakshanaha means vivekinaha asya arhati. Vivekinaha, in the sloka, what is there? Vichakshanaha means vivekinaha, means intelligent people, means in the society, not that everyone is a fool. Intelligent people are there. So those people will immediately take it. So vivekinopasanti ihi vichakshanaha iti. Vibhoho, that means whose past tense? Vibhoho. Vibhoho means Supreme Lord. What kind of Supreme Lord? Katam bhutasya. What kind of Supreme Lord? Anantaparasya. Anantaparasya. What kind of Supreme Lord? Anantaparaha. Anantaparaha means, what is the meaning? Previous meaning you all remember. What is Anantaparaha in the previous meaning? Anyone remember? Tell me.
Unlimited.
No, wait. Vijayanti Mataji, tell me.
Oh my God, this was raised from before, Prabhu.
Okay, then down the hand.
Yes, I'm almost home.
One who is unlimited, one whose goals are unlimited, or activities are unlimited.
Ananta para, how I describe this line. Itpatti, how I did. Ananta parasya sukham. So that is the main thing. So how it is brought it out? Champriya Mataji.
So you said that the Lord is Ananta Para. That means the one who doesn't have any ending by the time, and the one who cannot be measured by pramana, that is by units. And
yes.
So the Ananta Sukha is, and that's why the pleasure coming from the Lord is also no ending and unlimited as compared to the material.
Yes, no ending and unlimited. These are the two things. Because Anantapara, Lord is not having any ending. Na antaha. So, esya saha. Another thing, na paraha. Na antaha kalataha yasya saha. Na paraha pramanataha yasya saha. That means there are two ways you should take this. So, who doesn't have any, that means ending by the time. and also who cannot be measured by any units. Pramana means units. So such a personality, and that's why pleasure coming from him is also unending and unlimited. So by knowing this, viditva, so bhakti marhati, people, intelligent people will come to this, will understand. So now here anantaparaha means tatra kalataha anta abhavaha prakarshena adunapi. So you are taking like this, kalataha anta abhavaha. That means one who doesn't have no ending, one who doesn't have ending, sorry, one who doesn't, or one who have no ending, or one who doesn't have ending. So no ending, okay? Who have no ending. No ending. Anta means ending. Na antaha means no ending. Means that Lord is doing the past tense in the past and also is doing the past tense now also, because he doesn't have any ending. That means, hey, my dear Vasudev, he is doing the past tense now also. You should know this. Prakarshena adunapi vartamanasya. Adunapi vartamanasya. That means he is doing the past tense now also. One more thing is what? Ananta para. Para is there once again. That means pramanatah anta abhavaha. That means param na. Antaha na, param na. So you should take param na mani means, so you cannot measure. By the units, you cannot measure. Means, what is that means? He is transcendental. That means gunaihi, in the sloka it is said. What is said? Gunaihi, you should take this. Gunaihi. Gunair anatmanaha. So pravartamanasya. Gunaihi means sattvadibihi na bhavati atma deha isya. Very differently we have taken in the first explanation gunaihi. So anatmamanasya, anatmanaha, we took in a different way that meaning. Now we are taking this in another way, and we are giving this to the Lord actually. Gunaihi anatma means, gunaihi anatma means, gunaihi means sattvadibihi, na atma means whose body is not out of sattvadi gunas, whose body is not out of gunas, means sattvadi. That means what? His body is chidanandamayam. That means chidanandamaya vigraha. That's why aparam means, so aparam anantaha. Anantaparaha means anantaha aparaha. Aparaha means param na. There is no measurement for him. That means you cannot measure. That is that is substantiated by what? Gunaihi anatma. That is substantiated by the words what? Gunaihi anatma. You have to focus. You try to be focused. Huh? So in every word you should be focused. Otherwise, what is the meaning of relishing Bhagavata? Completely just superficial thing. So only lip service we do. Bhagavata, nice, nice, nice. What is nice then? So you have to put attention. So gunaihi anatma means, anatma means, atma means body. Anatma means not body. That means body is not by gunas. So that means his body is out of, so Visuddha Sattvam, Chinmayam. So that means he is aparam. That means you cannot measure him by any units. Anything transcendental you cannot measure by the material units. By taking the material units, you cannot measure. Keshagra Satabhagasya, we say even the Atma is so infinitely small, that's all. But the Keshagra Satabhagasya, we say in the tip of the air, if you take and divide it to 100 and take one part and divide 100. So that is only the figurative way of saying, but it is not the exact measurement. That means to say infinitely small thing, that's the expression. If you say how the big is the ocean, you say this much big, and you'll just open your two hands and show that this much big. What does it mean? This much big means only ocean is this much big. So like that. So it's a figurative way of saying, but anything so transcendental you cannot measure with the units. So he is like that. And he may look to you like a small boy, like a child, like an ordinary child, how he looks. And his mother is running behind him. But it is just it's achintya. You may think like that, and he is simultaneously anantaha, vibhu, because it's transcendental. Okay, so we are ending this with this previous sloka. Nahi ganachid vastu kenapi pramatum sikyate iti bhava. Means anything that means is spiritual, chidganaha, that means purely transcendental, cannot be measured by any units in this material world. You cannot measure. Spiritual world means 3/4 of the total creation and 1/4 is material creation. It's a figurative of saying. That means this material creation is nothing in front of spiritual creation. But it's not that the material world is having this much length and breadth, and so we can multiply with this with the 3 times, and that is the spiritual world. Like that? It's not like that. Then it's not vibhu, then it is not ananta. It's only figurative of saying. Okay, now next sloka. Let me share my screen. Very important sloka once again. After that, the heaviness will go down from here onwards. This is the final one, I think. After that, small comment is only there. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan pakvo tapate tato yedi yatra kvava bhadramabudamushyakim kovarda apto bhajatam swadharmataha. So, yes, anyone wants to read? So, yes, Mataji. Achana Bhakti Mataji, please.
One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage, yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. So, now we have to make the background. In this sloka, why it is coming, background we should make. Then only we should understand this properly. So, after hearing previous sloka, Vichakshanaha, what Vasudeva is getting in his mind, that you should understand. To reply that thing, this sloka is said by the Narada Muni. Like that, it should go on. Now the Vasudeva dialogue is there. So before discussing this sloka, you have to, going inside, you have to put a dialogue. What is that dialogue? What Vasudeva said, what Narada Muni said in the previous sloka? What we understood? You should exclusively define bhakti by rejecting the karma. Yes? This is the thing now he is expecting from the Vasudeva. Yes?
Yes.
Then Vasudeva is having the argument from here. Very good argument actually. Na buddhi bedam janayet agnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yuktah samacharan. From the Bhagavad Gita. Sloka number Nabuddhi Vedam. In which chapter it came? Third chapter actually.
Third chapter.
Yes. If you remember the context of this sloka, so that will be useful for understanding the argument of Vasudev. What Lord is saying there in the Bhagavad Gita, so only who are there actually in our Bhagavad Gita class? Mataji only one there, I think. Archana Bhakti Mataji. Yeah. So explain, Mataji, why this sloka? You remember this something at least? Maybe it's not easy to ask and immediately coming, but then at least you can.
Yeah, Krishna says, yeah, don't disturb people who are engaged in karma, right? Nabuddhi Vedam Janayad Agyanam Karma Sanginam Joshiyats. Yeah, so as not to disturb the minds of ignorant people who are attached to the fruitive results. Don't disturb them from their activity. But in order to develop Krishna consciousness, not Krishna consciousness.
No. He said.
From Vishwanath Thakur's.
No. Yes. So he said that. Okay, I will explain now. So he said that if you remember this third sloka, in this sloka in the Bhagavad Gita, what is the context? Krishna is saying, my dear Arjuna, even that means, first of all, you are not qualified. There, the situation is different. You are not qualified to do the bhakti. In the beginning of that chapter, it is said clearly. So, because you didn't get the association of the pure devotees and you didn't get the Shraddha. So, without getting the Shraddha, you cannot leave the karma. So, that's what you have to do. So, your karma. And if you don't do karma, and if you stop the working senses, and if you cease your working senses, and if you think about the material things, material sense objects, then you are the mithyachari. And even you can, so in that situation, by leaving your prescribed Vedic dharma, and you cannot stay yourself, you cannot stop yourself to not doing anything, because, so not doing something, because you will be forced by the three gunas. So by the gunas, you will be having the swabhava, and by that swabhava, you'll be enforced to do something. So that's why, my dear, what you have to do? You have to do so your duties. Even if you think yourself as a purified, so you have to do. And that's what you have to do. You do your karma. And people also will follow you. And they will also do the Nishkama Karma Yoga. And their Antakarana also will be purified. And so that they will be going back to the spiritual abode. They will get in this spiritual realization. So the context is what? You should do your karma also along with them to inspire them. Even you are perfected soul, you should do your duties. So that Sayat pramanam krute lokas tadvanvartate. If you do your duties nicely, then others, ignorant people also will do. And don't disturb them. So, now you can leave your karma and practice the spiritual thing only, because spirituality is only the highest goal of the life. So that kind of thing you should not do. Like that Krishna is saying. Okay. So if you apply this thing here from the Vasudev side, how that means Narada Muni is saying, you leave that means you discourage the practicing of karma, discourage the practicing of the karma, and recommend only exclusively bhakti. So it is looking against to the statement of the Krishna. It looks like Narada Muni's statement is looking against to the statement of Krishna. Yes or no? Bhakta is going against to the Lord. This is a statement now. So then what is the understanding here? So now you have to see the context. That is also true, what our Lord is said. And whatever Narada Muni said, that is also true. That, what is the thing now? Answer is coming now like this. You understood the point? That means, what is the question? Clear now? Anyone, any question? Yes, Shampriya Mataji.
I couldn't get. You said that the previous sloka, Narad is telling to Vyas that you should exclusively describe bhakti, leaving all karma and jnana. So missed the link that in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling Arjuna that you are not qualified to do bhakti, so you should do karma because you are forced by the three gunas. So how it's correlating with the sloka? I couldn't get.
Okay. So the point is, Vasudev is putting an argument towards the Narada Muni. By Nabuddhi Bedam Janayet. So by using the sloka, Vasudev is saying what? So there Krishna is saying, so Krishna already said actually, what? You should not disturb the ignorant people. Let them practice karma. And gradually they will understand. They will do the Nishkama Karma Yoga and gradually, so they will realize the spirituality. So now if I define exclusively bhakti, so then it is going to disturb them. You are understanding? Sampriya Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So you are understanding the point. So this is the point actually. That means if Vasudev exclusively if he defines the bhakti, then ignorant people will be disturbed, na? That means what Narada Muni is expecting, you disgrace karma and only exclusively define bhakti. Telling two things, disgrace karma. So then ignorant people by hearing this kind of thing, oh, karma should be left over and bhakti should be practiced. So this is against the Nabuddhi Bedam Janayet or not? Is it clear now?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So then answer is like this. Answer is like this. अच्छा व्यासदेव, आप व्यासा क्या समझ रहे हैं आप? What you are thinking? That what Krishna said, that context you should know. The context is different. That is for the jnanis. That means left side of our diagram. People who are practicing so Nishkama Karma Yoga and whoever is desiring to go to the Gnana path, for them, so you should not to raise them to the Gnana. That means to make them enter into the path of Gnana, so they have to get the Antakarna Shuddhi. Then only they will be entering into the path of the Gnana. So that's why to make them enter into the Gnana path, we should not disturb them from their karma. Let them practice their karma with Nishkama Bhava. That means with Nishkama Karma Yoga and get into the Gnana Yoga. Then fine. So for them it is needed. Understanding? Let me have the diagram. That is 55. What is the entry door for the Gnana path? Antakarna Shuddhi. So what here in the context of describing, that means third chapter is describing the Nishkam Karma Yoga. In that context, what Krishna is saying to Arjuna, so people who are now doing the Nishkama Karma Yoga, so those people, let them practice. So, and be qualified to enter into the Gnana Yoga. But now if you say to them, hey, you have to Gnana, you should practice Gnana sadhanas to achieve the Brahman. To achieve the Brahman, you should practice the Gnana sadhanas, then don't do the karma and do practice the Gnana. If we teach like this, what problem will happen? What problem will happen?
Prabhuji, they will get.
Tell Mataji, Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Because their antakarana is not purified.
Your voice is not audible, Mataji.
Because their antakarana is not purified, Prabhuji.
So
yeah. So therefore, they will still have material desires, and after giving up karma, if they give up material desire, I mean, they have material desires and they have given up karma. Now they want to enjoy. So either they will have to fall down from that path and take to karma again, which is not proper because they've given up.
Yeah.
They will take to kukarma, because they're not able to come back to karma, then they'll engage in some wrong means. Yeah.
Wrong means to gratify that senses, then that is the mithyachari he will become. And so and also if he come back, that means he renounced karma and he come back, then that's vantaji. Whatever he vomited, he's eating back. And one more thing is, to get into the Gnana path, first of all, Antakarana Shuddhi happen. By that, but Vidya will be developed and he will be coming to know he is not body and he is a soul. That Vidya will prakash, it will illuminate Jivatma. What? So then that in that light of that Vidya, Jivatma will understand that I am not body, I am the soul. And that is a minimum requirement is needed to practice the Gnana, means to realize the Brahman. So then he will do the Gnana sadhanas along with the Bhakti and realize the Brahman. So that's why that is a minimum qualification. So that's why you should not encourage them by leaving karma and practicing Gnana. Let them practice karma and Nishkama Karma Yoga and get it purified, Antakarana Shuddhi. Then be eligible to the Gnana. So that's why Lord is saying in that context, na buddhi bedam janayet. Okay? Radharani Mataji, you are getting?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So Vasudev using wrong place. Actually, in that sloka, he is quoting in a wrong direction, wrong place. Why? In the case of bhakti, what? So tell me, now in the case of the bhakti, here, this is the thing. This is the path of the bhakti. And to enter what? So to make them enter someone, do they need to purify their antakarana and realize them? So by doing the Nishkama Karma Yoga, let them realize and get the bhakti. Is it like that? It's not like that. This side is not like that. Yes, Radhika Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Shraddha is what is needed for bhakti. We don't need antakarana shuddhi.
Yeah. So here what he is saying, that means for entering into the Gnana, Antakarana Shuddhi is needed. And to get the Antakarana Shuddhi, Nishkama Karma Yoga is needed. So that's why there you should not disturb them to not to do the karma. You should not disturb them to not to practice karma. But that means here Gnana is dependent on what? Is dependent on Nishkama Karma Yoga. And when one will realize himself as a soul, when he does Nishkama Karma Yoga, then only he will realize. Otherwise, no chance. So that's why Jnana is dependent on Nishkama Karma Yoga. That's why he should not disturb not to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga in this path. Nabuddhi Vedam Janaye. But bhakti is dependent on the Antakarna Shuddhi. Bhakti is dependent on the Antakarna Shuddhi? No. That means bhakti is not dependent on Nishkama Karma Yoga. Because Jnana is dependent on the Nishkama Karma Yoga. That means one should come into the mode of goodness to understand himself as a soul. Then only he can practice further. That means Tat Jnanam he will get. Brahma Jnanam he will get. And Brahma Anubhav he can get. But here it's not like that. So bhakti is independent. Bhakti is not dependent on any Nishkama Karma Yoga, any other yogas, any other practices. So that's why that is the difference. There is a difference. Bhakteha swatah prabalyat antakarna suddhi paryanta anapekshatvat. Bhakti is not dependent on the antakarna suddhi. Bhakti will be given from the outside. It is not produced. Bhakti comes from the where? From the association of devotees. It is given. So, not dependent on antakarna shuddhi, purification of heart. Okay. So that's why there is no need to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. There is no need of practicing of any and getting the purification of heart. Then immediately he can he can jump into the path of the bhakti. He can jump into that. Lekyo? बंद करो. So bhakti is so powerful. Like you see, if someone left the karma and practicing jnana, if we get the material desires, still material desires are there, then those practicing of those jnana sadhanas, can they remove that desire? Can they remove? Those cannot remove. There is a problem. So that means immaturely, if you enter into the path of the jnana, so then antakarna shuddhi is not happened, and you are practicing jnana sadhanas. Why don't you expect that those jnana sadhanas will purify this contamination by material desires, and he can progress like that? You may take. But we said there, no, it is not possible. He has to come down and practice the karma, or otherwise he will be going for the wrong route and enjoying the material things in a wrong way, wrong direction. Because jnana sadhanas cannot purify. Those are not powerful. So, but if your antakarna shuddhi not happened, anyway, bhakti is not dependent on the Nishkama Karma Yoga. Very good. And he now, without purification of the heart, he jumped into the bhakti path. Then what happened? Then here also vantashi, that means material desires is coming. So then he has to come back. That means he should eat the same vomit, his own vomit. That means whatever karma he left, that once again he has to take it back. No need. Because bhakti prabalyat, bhakti is so powerful. What is that? Bhakti is so powerful. Even if you jump there with you got Shraddha and the Bhakti, and purification of heart not happened, and you jumped there. There is no loss. If you stick to that Bhakti, and if you practice, that will destroy the contamination, whatever is there in your heart. That is the glory of the Bhakti. And that is the inferiority of the Gnana sadhanas. This is the glory of the Bhakti sadhanas. Yes, Mataji, Radhika Mataji.
Prabhuji, this one question on Antakarana purification, Prabhuji. With regards to Jnani, when you talk about Antakaranas, the false ego is not yet purified now, Prabhuji. Like he through the Guru's Upadesh only, he is able to, the logic, the tantras and the Guru's instruction of the Upanishads, he is able to understand the temporariness of this material world, and he is able to give up the identification that he's not a material body and he's different from the material body and he's the spirit. So Antakarana purification means of the ego is, ego is also Antakarana, isn't it? That has not yet happened for a Jnani, isn't it?
Material desires, yeah, are over, but so he is understanding himself. Antakarana Shuddhi means Swatma Vishek Gnanam. Abhaldev Debushan says, Swatma Visheka Gnanam Utpannam. Mane Vidya. Vidya means it is also out of the Maya only. So Vidya appeared. So that's why Vidya is gone. And in that Vidya, so in the light of Vidya, so he is understanding himself as a soul. And of course, his ego will be there. So, but his consciousness is raised now. He is not cheaply dependent on the material pleasure, which is coming from the karma. So now he will be going to the Guru and he will be getting the Paroksha Gnanam about the Brahman. You're understanding? And he is understanding the Brahman, Tat Gnanam. Then after that, he will practice severe various Gnana sadhanas, austerities and so on. So to control the everything, and he try to see whatever the said by the Guru in the scriptures, that he will try to see everything as Brahman. So by analyzing, by analytically understanding this whole creation, so he will be trying to see everything as Brahman. So, but he will not be successful just by that given knowledge from the Guru. For that, he need to practice Bhakti Shravana Kirtan also. So then finally he will be realizing, so Brahma, that means Aparoksha Gnanam, that means Anubhava Gnanam, means experiential knowledge about the Brahman you will get. So that is a flow. It will go like that. But now in the case of, so devotees, okay, this is clear?
Prabhuji, so Antakarana purification means you talk about material desires then.
He not having any attachment for any material results.
For the material, yeah, that's what.
And enjoying that.
So, yeah, detachment from material results. Thank you.
So in the case of the Bhakti is so powerful. Even if you got Shraddha by hearing again and again and again and again, Bhakti is so nice, both powerful and this and that, and so much you are hearing. But of course, Antakarana Shuddhi not happen. Because that means you didn't get the detachment from the results of the karma. But you got the Shraddha and the Bhakti. That means you like to have the material pleasure. But you got the Shraddha in the Bhakti by hearing from the sadhus. And from the Suddha Bhaktas, by hearing the glories of the Bhakti so nicely, and it's a magnanimous, everything you can get. The pleasure from the Bhakti is even higher than the Bhakti pleasure coming from the Gnana, Brahma Gnanam. So then what? Everyone will get the faith or not? Yeah, by hearing, they'll get that understanding and they start believing. And they leave now karma. So there is no loss. Because Bhakti is so powerful, it can take care. And maybe sometimes he may so deviate from practicing his Bhakti sadhanas, but he will immediately come back because he got full Shraddha on the Bhakti. He will immediately take it back. But he will never do the kukarma because he understood Bhakti from the Shastras, where in those Shastras it is said that practicing a bad life, practicing of gratifying the senses in a wrong way is condemned. So that's why, since he's having the faith on these scriptures, he will not go for that. But some reasonable, that means authentic material pleasure, he may try to get. Like he is a grahastha, maybe he is having the nice food, opulent lifestyle. So it's which is not condemned actually. It is reasonable. But he got full shraddha. And he may do that now. But so that means material enjoyment might be there. So, but immediately he will think that, what is this? This luxury is for me. I don't want. So even he lives, he will be like Mother Devhuti, how she was living in opulent house, which is given by the Kardamuni. She is like a lesser than the maid servant. She is living the life in that building, in that luxurious house, as a lesser than any servant. Yes, Radharani Mataji, you are remembering. Yeah. So
Yes.
this is the thing. Rameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, bhakti, that Shraddha that you're talking about here is the Shraddha that the process bhakti can give me everything, and that is the best. And
That is the highest thing for my life.
That is the Shraddha.
And nothing else is the replacement for that. And Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And my fear will go away from this practicing of bhakti. And there is no other mean to remove my fear. Because in this material world, everyone is fearful or not? You are fearful or not? Yes, everyone is fearful because of so many things, attachments. Now, since you understood bhakti is the fear, make you fearless, and you believe, then you have full surrenderance on the Lord. And for me, I don't need anything. Only my Lord is my protector. Not my husband is protector. Not my children are my protector. No one is going to protect. Only the Lord and his devotion is going to protect me. So that kind of firm faith is known as Shraddha. Not any other material luxurious things, anything. Okay.
So this looks like some levels, no? Like to come, like the kind of firm faith.
Even to it is a Dhruva Shraddha. Komal Shraddha means Achar, Bhagavan is there, okay. That's a Komal Shraddha. Like that many Shraddhas are there. चलता है ऐसे ही गाड़ी चलाते रहते हम लोग ये भी चाहिए वो भी चाहिए तो वैसा तब ये भी चाहिए वो भी चाहिए होता है ये I like this also I like it. Okay. Radha Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji.
1 second, Prabhu. Let Mataji finish. I think she's.
Yeah, I was trying to relate this to surrender, Sharanagati. So that is that firm faith, like you told just now, where now I can surrender. Nothing else is going to protect. Now I have to depend completely on the Lord and surrender to Him. So that is the level. That is the faith that lead me to surrender.
Like so Draupadi, fully surrender to the Lord. Not my husbands are going to protect me. So that is the surrenderance actually. So like the great devotees. So many. So you can have complete Bhāgavata is like that only. Full surrenders. So even they are behaving in the karma, they are doing the karma, they don't have any faith on the karma. So anything which you have done without faith, that is nothing but equal to the not doing. So Ashraddhaya Hutam Japtam, some sloka is there. It's equal to the not doing. So just to set example, they might have done previously in the ancient stories, Pracha, that means in the ancient devotees like Prahlad Maharaj and like Dhruva, you might be seeing the karma in their life, but they don't have any Shraddha on that. Okay, so Radha Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, now Prabhuji, that is understood that we get fear in the material world, you know. But sometimes I feel, when I come to this Krishna consciousness, I was thinking next month I will get liberated, something like that. Now day and day passing, now it is very long way to go on so many. Even I fear whether I'm successful or not. Is that fear means I'm not become doing bhakti at all? What it is, So can you tell me? Yeah, is that fear is okay or something?
It's not okay. Whatever is said, that you should get. How it will be okay? It's not a just a, you cannot purchase the Lord just like that. You cannot get the control on the Lord. Lord is, you cannot get the prema, because Lord will be controlled by the devotee. He's not going to give you control like for the such a people who are just time pass, who are, I like this also, I want this also, that also. No. Depending on the so many things. What do you think? Mamekam, he is a very, very exclusive expectation for him. He is exclusively expecting. You should depend on me only, no others. And it's not that I want this, I want that. No, you should depend on me only. So that is his demand actually. He's very, very so surrenderance means you should not leaving everything is there. That kind of leaving is not out of frustration. Okay, so this husband is torturing, or otherwise this wife is torturing me, and let me now leave everything and take the shelter of the Lord. This is not surrenderance. So out of the frustration, you may leave everything. No, you have to fully develop faith on the Lord. My Lord is going to do everything for me, whatever. And he is there for me. And that is the thing actually. That is needed. So like many, many people you can see in the society, out of wife frustration, out of husband frustration, many people might be leaving you. They are not surrendered. So that is not expected. Okay.
Thank you.
Vairagya is not needed actually. You should develop the full faith on the Lord. He is just waiting for you, and we are not ready to give our control to him. Okay, that's why bhakti is so powerful, even if you have some contamination, which may be so definitely you will not do sinful thing by that contamination. That's no sinful thing. That means you didn't understand Shastra if you do sinful thing. So, because the developing faith come from where? From the scriptures only, na? Akash se utar ke aa rahe hain kya Shraddha? Nahi. Shraddha comes from where? From even sadhu says, how you will believe that sadhu? He's authentic sadhu. How you will believe? Who is saying? Who is the ultimate authority to approve the sadhu? Shastra. Yes or no? So it's not a magic actually. So because you are believing in the sadhu's words, Suddha Bhaktas, how you will know he is a Suddha Bhakta? Is it magic? Om Chu Mantar, now you got the full Shraddha. It's not going to happen. Then that is known as Balatkrita Shraddha. That kind of Shraddha. Of course, maybe in the Kripa Siddhi, that is a different case. So that is not going to it is going to happen actually. So maybe in extreme cases it may happen. We cannot say that is not going to happen. Even he is a very blunt person and no Chu Mantar ho gaya. So bas Shakti is just the Shakti path. Just hand is put on you and finished. That may be happening actually. Radhika Kasturi, you want like that?
Kripa, you're talking about Kripa, Prabhuji. Basically, Kripa Siddhi.
Yeah. So that's
I don't mind, Prabhuji. I will not deny or I will happily accept whatever you give.
So that's that track is a different track actually. That is not discussed in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Shraddha is discussed actually. Shraddha, not the Kripa Siddhi. So Shraddha is discussed. Kripa Siddhi also there in some other place, but the whole discussion 64 angas. So for that eligibility is Shraddha, not some Kripa Shraddha. Then everyone should wait for that. Then there is no need to read books and there is no need to do anything. Just someone should come and do Kripa. So then blame will give to others. So that sadhu is not coming giving Kripa. So what should I do? Then I will be doing my karma and I enjoying. So no, that is not encouraged. Then if you say that is not the general phenomena actually. So in the society to happen, and to discuss in a public way. So that's a rare thing actually. So that's why here Shraddha means you are developing the conviction from the scriptures, because if someone is a pure devotee and he is telling, he is giving his kripa through the instructions of the Shastra and helping you to understand the supremacy of the bhakti, the ultimatum of the ultimateness of the bhakti. So that is the thing actually. So then what will happen? Then one will get the full Shraddha. So by understanding the injunctions of the Shastra, where in that injunctions, so the life, so sinful life is condemned actually. So then we have to surrender to the Lord fully and practice the bhakti. So even if you have some, so that means by practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga, Antakarana Shuddhi didn't happen, but still that means some material desires are some attachment for the material karma, if you, so, but that will go away, because bhakti itself is so tushti pushti kshud nivarti. So it is going to satisfy your hunger for the bliss, that will be satisfied, because that sadhana is like that. But jnana sadhanas are not like that. Then bhakti glories, we might have discussed so many. Kleshagni, Shubhada, so many added features are there, bhakti. So that's why you should know and discuss again and again. One time if you discuss, it will go only superficially. 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, 100 times, again and again. If you speak, then it will go inside actually. You should hear, speak. Then itna kumati rehta hai, itna ye rehta hai. So much is there, opposition is there, so in your heart. So that will go away actually. So then, yeah, I have to surrender. That will come. That's a Shravanam Kirtanam. We should keep on. You should discuss Bhagavata. It's one of the most primary limb of the bhakti. So out of 5, this is the important one. You should not forget this, which is all the time establishing Bhagavata, and again and again, every step it is establishing bhakti. And acharyas, because that Sanskrit slokas, if you study, nothing you'll get. But acharyas are so magnanimously, so nicely, they describe the glory of the bhakti. Okay, so now that's why, my dear Vasudev, you do, my dear. So what you should do? You describe these glories of the bhakti exclusively in one book, and by disgracing the karma. Otherwise, wo to is a kuch rok ki jaisa. So that will be continued. So attachment for the karma will be continued in there. If you keep karma and also after that, so bhakti, then people will not get the exclusively Shraddha on the bhakti, exclusive faith on the Lord. So that's why by discouraging of practicing other dharma, other sadhana should be done. Then only Mamekam Sharanam Vraja will come. So then only one will be exclusively surrendering to the Lord. So yaduktam Srimad Ajitena Swayam Nishreya Samvidvan Vaktyagnaya Karmahi Narati Rogina Roginopatyam Vanchatopi Bishaktamaha. So Ajita Bhagavan is saying, what he is saying? Swayam Nishreyasam Vidwan. So Vidwan means a learned person. Navakti Agnaya Karma. Navakti. That means he never says. What he never says? Karma. He never recommend karma. For whom? For the ignorant person. Here, now Narada Muni is giving, which is favorable to him. The same Lord's statement. So Vasudev gave the last statement, and Narada Muni is giving the to counter last statement once again. See, Lord is also saying, my dear Vasudev, what he is saying? So, Navakti Agnaya. So, Nisreyasam Vidwan. Vidwan means learned person, means pure devotee. Here, Vidwan means you should take pure devotee. There, Karma Jnana Yogi. So, there, Jnana Yogi should take. In the Nabuddhi Bedam Janayat. Here, pure devotee what? He will disturb. He will disturb the people who are ignorant people. So, by not recommending karma to them and by not giving karma to them. What you are doing karma nonsense, you stop it and practice bhakti. He will do this. And because this bhakti is the highest, why you are doing this karma? What is the use of for your life? Like that, he will tell again and again, again and again, again and again. So example is given. Like a good doctor, will he give not eat uneatable, unrecommended, uneatable thing to the patient? Apatyam means which should not be eaten, which should not be eaten in the diseased condition. So can a doctor will give that to the patient? He will not give. Similarly, so Agnaha means is a patient, Bhavarogi. For him, so the bhakti yogi, Suddha Bhakta will never recommend to do practice karma. You leave karma and now take up immediately bhakti. This he will do. Okay. So that means he always try to disturb him. Hey, stop the karma, practice bhakti, stop the karma, practice bhakti, stop the karma. Come, do, fully surrender to the Krishna, fully surrender to the bhakti sadhanas. Only practice bhakti, only practice sakshat bhakti, direct devotion to the Lord. Don't mix your thing into the karma, your things with the karma. Leave it, leave it. He will again and again, he will say this. Because so bhakti is so powerful, it can purify. But people are not ready to come by 1 time, 10 times, even 1 year, 2 years, 10 years also we say. So that's why if they come, fine. If they don't come, let them practice simplified karma. But goal is bombarding their consciousness with to practice bhakti only. Okay, that should be there. And you should not simply, Mataji so rahe kya? अच्छा वक्त
लिख रही हूँ प्रभु जी.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. So that's why Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer. So now Lord is saying, now so Narada Muni is saying, what is saying? Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan napakko tapate tato yadi. छोड़ दो, कर्म छोड़ दो और भक्ति प्रैक्टिस करो. स्वधर्म माने कर्म, इधर वर्णाश्रम धर्म. So that is very important. We should leave this varnashrama dharma. But it doesn't mean that they practice the bad karma. which will keep you in the most of the time in the ignorance and passion. Our intelligence is so crooked by using the Shastri injunctions, so cunningly we use actually. Okay, anyway, so Varnashram Dharma is rejected. So I will do whatever I want. Is it mean? It means when it is said to leave, then it is saying to leave that also. But you are not ready to leave that, and you are saying that no need of Varnashram Dharma. What is this? This is cheating actually. Misinterpreting of the Shastric injunctions. Yes, Radharani Mataji. See, our acharyas are, I am really in the ignorance till now, actually. So I didn't read the, so Gaudiya, actually, Gaudiya one newsletter. It's a fortnight or I think monthly. So many things, so much they are having the vision. So on the implementation of the Varnashram, what is the need actually? Because the practical situation, they know the condition of the society. And how many are able to understand these things? And many people, they don't know, the clearly understanding also is not there actually, first of all. What Bhagavatam is saying, that itself they don't know. Only just as a culture we are following, okay, some bhakti, and okay, we'll go to temple and do some offering and get prasadam, nice, okay, kirtan, okay. It's like just some like picnic tour, one way of, like the mind relief tour, mental stress relief tour. That kind of thing is going on. Going to temple means is like a, so just relief, some relief. So we have to, the seriousness one should understand. It's not that the, okay, anyway, now we'll go to the, yes, Srijo Prabhu, please.
One point, bro. Like you told, pure devotee recommends always to give up Swadharma. But
Yes.
when you say that Daiva Varnashrama?
In Daiva Varnashrama also, that is there because, yes, Prabhu. So in Daiva Varnashrama also, we are doing the karma, and but keeping Lord as center and offering to him. So there also, we are to set example to the society, we are doing that. But one should, while doing Daiva Varnashrama Dharma also, one should always remember Krishna, all the chant the Krishna, that should be going on even while doing the karma. Like example is, you can, one good example I heard from the recently some sannyasi. So what is that example? So like one woman is there and she is going to someone's house and has to work, and she is taking care of the children of that owner, some master, and she is feeding them, and she is also caring them by giving the nicely, that means cleaning and feeding, so many things, those children. Like a mother, how she takes care, so like that she is taking care, and she is having her own children in the house. Even she is showing so much affection for those children, and apparently it looks like she is caring them like a mother, she is caring them. But she always keep in her consciousness what? These children are not my children. My children are in my house. These children are not belonging to me. And I should always serve and go. And her mind always her own children. Always thinks about them only. But apparently she serves owner's children. So similarly, devotee, that means who is already in the pure devotion, reached and always thinking, always remembering Krishna, and always, so bhakti is highest. He is having that opinion. Bhakti is only pure devotee is believing that bhakti is only my ultimate thing. And that is my sadhana. But now he is practicing apparently in the Daiva Varnashrama Dharma, apparently so karma he may take up and practice, but he knows this karma is not the sadhana for me. This karma is not my savior. And my thing is bhakti, and my Lord is bhakti, and he is my proprietor, and doing service for him. So like that thinking will be there all the time. Thinking of Krishna will be there. Only to set example, he will be doing this.
Even to renounce that to Daiva Varnashrama, is there cutoff? Is there like?
Even no need to follow Daiva Varnashrama also. It's not mandatory for him. It's not mandatory for such a elevated devotee who is in the pure devotion. And that is another problem. If you say Daivarnashrama, if you practice your duties, then only what is this? Nowhere is said. That's not needed. But yeah, to set example, because if you want to preach in a mass, if everyone want to be pure devotee, but to live in this material world, we need food also, na? So that means apparently, superficially. So that's why, so you should not disturb the people in the mass just by leaving. Just 10 people in the village, if they leave, then people will be disturbed actually. So that's why they keep fully faith in the bhakti, like how mother always keep her affection towards her own children. And so superficially she is serving this. Like that, superficially, without any faith, so one will be serving the karma. You are understanding? This will be going. That is known as Daivarnasha. But for the people who didn't come to the Shraddha, for them it is very helpful. It is very much helpful for them. Because they are doing everything for the Krishna. Because they have habit of doing the karma and they didn't get full Shraddha in the bhakti. Then they are doing every karma for the sake of the Lord. Then that will develop the faith in the Lord. They develop this taste in the Lord, in the Krishna Katha. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. It's a scientific system, Prabhu. That's all. We should understand that. We should understand every component where it is needed. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes. अरे बंद रखो यार, नहीं तो आ जाओ. Tasmat sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam. Our Narad Muni is giving extensive quotes to against the Vyasdev's argument. Hey, I have so many supporting statements. Lord Krishna himself said in the same Bhagavad Gita, Na buddhi bedan janiyati is told, but of course what he said, you leave every dharma and surrender to me. Like that he said or not said? Dharman santajya yah sarvan mam bhajeta sasi sattamaha. He said also said one more place in the Bhagavad Gita. Leave all the dharmas and worship me, then he is the best. Ityadi Bhagavat Balat. Bhagavad Vakya Balat. That means Lord is very strongly, he said these kind of statements, to leave everything and surrender to him. So that means pure devotee also do karma. So then bhakti can do magics. Whatever sustenance he need, he can give without any work also. But to not make bhakti like that, so he may do externally activities. But he has full faith on the Lord. He has faith on that. Even if I don't do karma, my Lord will maintain me. There is no doubt in that. Bhakti is having all the Shakti. It's not that to maintain at least this body, we need something. No, even that is also he doesn't have. Even this body is, I am not this body is also can be maintained by him. What Lord cannot give, he will come and feed to you every day also. Can he do or not? He can do. That is the faith. That kind of staunch, actually, faith you should have. And anyway, so okay. Jnanas. So ityadi Bhagavad Vakya Balat Nitya Naimittika Swadharma Nishtaya Api Tyajena Eva. So that's why Nitya or Naimittika karma also should leave. Nitya and Naimittika, what is Nitya karma? There is something, karma is prescribed to you. If you don't do that, there is a sin. And there is something, if you don't do, it will be sin. And if you do, you'll get benefit. And there is something, if you don't do some karma, if you don't do, there is no sin. But if you do, then there is a benefit. Like this, karma is 3 types. Nitya and Naimittika is what? If you don't do, you will get sin. Nitya karma is like that. If you don't do, you'll get sin. Naimittik karma, if you don't do, if you'll get sin, and if you do, you'll get benefit. But in the Nitya karma, if you don't do, you'll get sin. If you do, you don't get anything. Then you may say, I will live. Then you will get sin. That is Nitya karma. Naimittik karma, yeah, if you don't do, you'll get sin. And if you do, you'll get something. So that's why, if Nitya Naimittik, why is said exclusively? People are very sticking. Oh, if I don't do, I will get sin. Nitya Naimittik karma, if I don't do, I will get sin. That kind of consciousness might be there. And if I surrender to the Lord, and if I leave my Nitya Naimittik karma, then I may get sin. So then Krishna is saying, hey, don't need. Even you can leave that also. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Kaun sa sin aayega aapko? No sin is going to come to you. I am going to clean everything. Don't worry. So this is the thing. Nitya Naimittika, whatever nishtha you have in the Nitya Naimittika karma, of course, Kamya karma he might not be having, but at least people might be having the nishtha in the Nitya Naimittika karma, because if they don't do, they'll get sin. They'll be having a strong nishtha. So now here, so Vasudev Narad Muni is saying, even one can leave the Shraddha and nishtha in the Nitya Naimittika karma, and so do practice of the only bhakti, no problem. Okay, we didn't enter into the sloka. We'll enter into the sloka in the next tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is there in the class. Okay, it's clear. Sham Priya Mataji.
So I couldn't get this two things I couldn't get. You use the word like you says that even if Antakaran Shuddhi is not, Bhakti is so powerful that the words that use that Tushti, Pushti and Siddhi, what is the meaning of that word Tushti, Pushti and that? What is the meaning?
Tushti means if you eat some grains, we are already having the hunger so much. So by taking the first morsel of food only, so it will give the nourishment, energy. थोड़ा सा खाते ही बस जान वापस आ गया. I got back my life. For 2 days, 3 days, you didn't take food. So by first morsel itself, immediately in the first moment itself, you'll get the tushti. That means satisfaction. Pushti means nourishment. And also kshudnivritti, the pain from the hunger is also relieved. Is happening or not? Similarly, so when you chant the holy name, by that, so contamination also is removed, and pleasure from the holy name is also coming, and it is also satisfying you in a minor level. So by one morsel, it may not be so finish the total hunger, but hunger, some amount is finished or not. So that's why what I am saying, this example is given there. Why I gave this example there? Archana Bhakti Mataji, tell me. I forgot. You write or not? Radhika Mataji, you wrote?
Bhakti gives tushti pushti.
Yeah. Actually, just glory saw the bhakti I was saying. So at that time, so that means bhakti having the potency of removing the anarthas. Okay, and also it is giving the satisfaction, bliss. So that's why if you exclusive, so shelter if you take in the bhakti, no problem. It is fulfilling all the demands. All the needs, demands, everything.
You were saying, you're saying bhakti is so powerful, even if you have some contamination. Jnana is not capable of removing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Comparatively, I'm saying, by leaving karma, if the one come and he is having the material gratification, but that is fulfilled, that means bhakti will be automatically satisfying the hunger for the happiness. Jivatma, every Jivatma is a hunger for the happiness, is a hankering for the happiness. That hankering will be over. So that is the thing actually. Okay. So next, you are asking Antakaran Shuddhi. So bhakti, if to enter into the bhakti path, you need only Shraddha. There is no need to have production of Antakaran Shuddhi and then understanding yourself as what is the result of the Antakaran Shuddhi, understanding oneself as soul. So that is not needed here. Because bhakti itself will clean the heart and it will make you so further. That means not only just you are the soul, you are the servant of the Lord. Your relationship with the Lord also it will establish and it will make you feel or realize.
Yeah, I understood that point, bro. I want to know that, I just want to know the words that Sushti, Pushti and that. And Prabhu, what is the difference? Like we always hear in the classes that Antakaran Shuddhi. So is there any difference that we say that the heart is purified and the Antakaran Shuddhi? Is there any difference between the heart is purified and the Antakaran Shuddhi?
अभी तो माताजी पूछी ना राधिका माताजी अंतःकरण शुद्धि क्या है इसी क्लास में today's class only she asked.
You said that the Vidya.
Antakaran Shuddhi means what I said. Vidya, that means, so one is able to, that means Rajas Tamas are at good extent is over. That means he is not having the more further interest for the material results. Doing the karma and hankering, gratifying his material, that means the results. Material means material pleasure. So I will do this. So karma and I will enjoy this. That is over. That much only. But ego might be there and some other things are there. So some other things means, so still he might not be, that means fully, so left over his ego means I am this, I am that, that means I am the soul. So that consciousness is there. I am Brahman, that even that also should go out. And I am Brahman, that should come out. So that further he needs to do. And but at least he doesn't have any. So that means he mana apamana, and that means labha alabha. So and also jaya apajaya. In this all he is equal. He doesn't have any. So and also he doesn't have any enemies. So are no friends. Everyone is equal for him. These are the symptoms you can count actually in the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. There are so many places it said you can count all these things into that category. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Radhika Mataji.
So Prabhuji, can you explain about the avidya for devotees, how it will be gone, like for the jnanis? Okay.
Anartha nivritti, avidya means.
Avidya means, okay, that is the phase that takes care of anartha nivritti.
Yes.
So with regards to this Shraddha, the pure surrender process, so sometimes the devotee only desires, right? Like we are desiring to become a pure devotee, but I cannot be awake 24/7. But I'm trying my best to endeavor to be in the platform of pure devotion, Prabhuji. So how this transition happens, like slowly one day, how, see, like the symptoms we have for Bhava that defines, okay, but for Shraddha, you mentioned that everything Krishna is the maintainer, and that is clear, and everything is Krishna. But is there symptoms like where you can identify that this person has Purna Shraddha? I mean, some characteristics, something like that, Prabhuji?
Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur Sharanagati prayers, you can read, you can understand from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. How the surrendered soul, so how he will be feeling inside, so that you can understand. Okay, any questions? And anyway, it will happen by the associating the pure devotees and regularly hearing the Tadam Prasangat Mama Virya Samyata, by hearing the glories of the Bhakti. Yes, it takes time actually. It goes away. It removes all the darkness. All the darkness. Again and again. Bhagavatam, extensively it is discussing about the Wherever our ignorance, our stucking point is there, that is discussed again and again, bombarded actually, in many ways. So, many pastimes, many upakyanas, all the upakyanas are glorifying the bhakti. And so that's why exclusively he made this book. What is the solution? Medicine is, so reading Bhagavatam, studying Bhagavatam, so teaching Bhagavatam, understanding Bhagavatam, it should happen actually. Everything, that's a key role actually, key book actually. Bhagavatam is the key for us, to open the lock. That's some Shraddha. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. That's why Vasudev gave this. Narad Muni is so much worried. My dear Vasudev, if you don't do this, what will happen to this whole generation, whole society? Then they will be fully in the speculation actually. So that's why he gave this. Okay, Rameshwari Mata.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is more to tell you my understanding, and please correct me. Like Narada Muni and Vyasadeva are conversing, and the Vad Prativad type of conversation is going, and Vyasadeva again and again saying like, why is the need for describing exclusive bhakti? So for that, various arguments. So, so for that, he is saying in Mahabharata also I did karma, and I told karma and bhakti, but still it didn't. So again and again, Narada Muni's focus is on those people who are intelligent enough to understand bhakti, who they should get this exclusive bhakti. Then they is more focusing on those people who are very much into karma and other things. So they should lead a proper life so that they can elevate. So I'm saying that this is going on.
And also by seeing these intelligent people practicing bhakti, ignorant people also, so they will also start believing on the bhakti and so trying to coming to that stage. Yeah. So and also we should guide them systematically. That's the point actually. That is the current situation, how the society is there, and what are the obstacles to establish the religion of pure devotion. So what is the problems and obstacles are there? Those has to be identified, and so those has to be addressed appropriate way. So those should be removed, those obstacles. So that is the responsibility of the acharyas and also the representative of the Lord. That is our responsibility actually. Okay, that is done by the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Tasara Thakur Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada. So that's why if you want to know them, you have to read their books. If you want to know any Acharya, give the time and energy for understanding his literature. Then you will get what is he. If you want to understand Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, thoda sa jivani thoda padenge, ho gaya. Aisa nahi. You just go and deep into his writings, his works. And then you'll understand, oh my God, so glorious he is.
Yes, today I felt all the time, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur puts this like Purva Pakshi type of arguments, no? And I always think why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is putting like this. Then I, like, it is so simple, like why he has to think like this, that kind of a mentality came. Then today it became very clear. It is not like that the same person is also putting the other argument also. He is able to counteract that argument. So it little offensive became. Now I'm very satisfied today.
Yeah, that will destroy because argument, why he made it as an argument way of explanation. So that means that will help destroying all the inside doubts of the readers. Because readers may not get that doubt, but in the certain point of time in his life he may get, and then he will be disturbed actually. So by that doubt. So that's why this is the style of the presenting things. All the scriptures are in the conversation form only. The best way. So and also that's why we try to bring this to the people in general, because people are not able to understand now the Sanskrit. So that's why we are giving time so much. Something should come out for the general people from this, from all of you actually. Some final book should come out. Otherwise, so you are only getting benefit and no benefit for others. Then it is only what selfishness. So please take it seriously and try to. That means this chapter, Archana Bhakti Mataji and Radhika Kasturi, they are writing, and also previous chapters are there. And this chapter is very, very important. That's why I said it needs the meditation. It's not the just ye ho gaya, finish ho gaya. Aisa nahi chalta actually. You have to, one thing if you do it nicely. Otherwise, don't do. You should not have false hope on anyone. Do nicely, and so that it needs the meditation in the class, and also it needs the meditation while writing. So that's the point. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।